Hello, this is Stephen Childs, author of The World Fairness Agreement. I have realized a new angle, a new way to define what did planet Earth do. I can tell you what it did in a very simple way. It became a narcissistic network. The narcissistic network is everywhere you go. It's in every group you encounter throughout your life. The World Fairness Agreement can stop it. The Fairness Court will stop it. It's when someone is done wrong by a narcissistic group, you get gang stalked. You get scapegoated. They want to defeat you and make you surrender to the leader of the group. Whoever, it might just be God, an imaginary leader of the narcissistic network. And those who don't surrender are punished, scapegoated. Like an example is Alcoholics Anonymous. I've gone to thousands of meetings earlier when I first quit drinking, and it was an excellent place to study human behavior and group behavior. It was like a microcosm of the world in general, where I did have a voice, and I ended up getting scapegoated and kicked out of probably 8 meetings. They say, well, they can't kick you out of AA. They kicked me out of AA many times. So legally, the facility can refuse the right to anyone to be in the facility. It's like you can kick someone out of your own house. You can tell them you're trespassing, you have to leave. Okay, so they can do it legally. And as far as a specific meeting, the same thing would apply. It would be like, don't come back to this specific meeting, or we'll go to the management of the facility and get you banned from the entire facility. So there's a legal threat they can make to stop me from going to a specific meeting. I'm not blaming anyone. That's what the narcissistic network does. That's what it's doing to me. It's blaming me for not surrendering to the all-powerful narcissist. There's one that has all power. That one, this is the narcissistic network's version of it. That one is the leader of the narcissistic network and has all power. And anyone who disagrees is scapegoated, banished into the desert to die. And we use him as the example to cast all our sins upon. And we put all of our problems on him. That person, that's what we get. Any problem we have in our life, we give it to the scapegoat. And this is how we stay sober, by giving all our problems to the scapegoat for our victory. And they are blessed by the Lord Narcissism, the devil. Worse than the devil. So, this is how corporations are. This is how all political parties are. This is how all religions are. Any group of people is a narcissistic network. My own family was. And the leader was Lord Almighty Narcissism of the LDS religion. And if you're in the Baptist religion, then it will be of the Baptist religion, and so on. So it's a narcissistic network that forms everywhere because planet Earth has learned how to become a narcissistic network. It's the largest one that we encounter here on the Earth, is the Earth's network of humans. And it's everywhere in every country, every tribe. Doesn't matter what tribe you want to talk about. It is a narcissistic network. So, I hear how there's no way to get the narcissist that might be a sociopath or a psychopath or just a regular old garden variety narcissist. Some malignant, some are worse than others, some are sicker than others. They demand to be the boss of people around them. They want to run the show. So, the fairness court, people make complaints about somebody being unfair. That, like if I, for example, the meeting, I would call, I'm going to start a narcissistic network hotline to call, and I'll listen to your complaint about where you're in your life and what unfairness is happening to you. Looking for narcissism. That's what I will be doing. And trying to identify the narcissist. And then we can get, there are some laws that can be used to stop them. But if we have the fairness court where it's got some teeth, so that this person, this narcissist, there's several people end up making a complaint against this person and his flying monkeys. So you'll start to see some of them are flying monkeys. You'll find the kingpin of the network, the top dog, the all-powerful one, and or at least he wants to be, he or she. So then there's all these people that have complaints. See, the public they do have a sentiment to help people that are being done wrong. So once they're freed from the narcissistic tyranny, they side with goodness. They much rather side with goodness than with evil. But if they have to side with the evil network to protect their children, there are so many women that are in great grief because of their sons or their daughters being abused by the narcissistic network. They end up getting raped by it. Somebody that's in the network rapes them. So the psychologists know they need a way to get the narcissist into therapy. And someone asked them, how do we get these people into therapy? Why would they ever want to go to therapy on their own? They don't. They have to be forced into it. And they're not going to get themselves in a place where anyone can force them into it. I mean, go ahead and try and see what they do to you. You see what I mean? They'll ruin your life if you try. See, women are just as bad as men at being narcissists. And they fight. They fight back if you try to stop them from ganging up on you. They want to be the boss over you. It's all about that. Who's the boss? And then when you start asking people point blank, who's the boss here, they eventually they'll point toward Lord Narcissist himself is the boss. And so I don't have a problem with that, but I have a problem with getting this network stopped. That's why I wrote this short paragraph, The Fairness Court, at the end of the addendum to the World Fairness Agreement. So the hotline is a good idea to implement all over the place. Like you have suicide hotlines, people call it suicide prevention lines, and there's somebody to talk to. Well, there would be someone to talk to, me right now. You got my text number from teamfairness.com or many places. It's 385-223-0837. My name is Stephen Childs, and if you're having a problem with someone being unfair to you, text me, call me, do it in complete secrecy if you need to. And there are plenty of people that I know that are understanding about narcissism and that they need to be stopped. We'll get them stopped. So the Narcissistic Network Prevention Hotline, see, they want to get you to join the group. Y'all know what I mean. So when I realized to define it as a network of narcissism, then I realized that it's something understandable to get the field of psychology, psychiatry involved, and the judiciary involved. Guess who runs them? A narcissistic network. We have more power than the leader of the pack. Alice Miller was confronted by it in Germany, and she was one of the main influences against hidden cruelty and child rearing and the roots of violence. They understand it's narcissism that's abusing the children. And they grow up and they are forced into surrendering to Lord Narcissism, and he wants them to pick on other people or be in trouble. That guy's not worshiping me. I'm Lord Narcissism. You need to don't help him, be against him or her until him or her surrenders to me, Lord Narcissism. So, I'm writing some documents, and as usual, I want to get something publicized right away, and that's what this video is about. The first documented it's just the video to stop the narcissistic network. This is the first video. This is the first action to stop this world narcissism. It's what the world did. This is what happened. I was sleeping, and the thought came to my mind. What did planet Earth do? And I started thinking, and it resulted in realization of the narcissistic network that the world is. Thanks for listening. There's hope.